Morning, Adam here, and welcome to another Just Get Out There. It's been a while, again, as ever. Always quite a long break in between videos at the moment. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? Still full of head cold, like probably the rest of the UK. A lot of coughs, colds, bugs around. So I've driven across the Peak District. Beautiful, beautiful drive. To show you a little picture here of a view that as I came over the brow of the hill, just off the A515 Ashbourne Buxton Road. Just such a wonderful scenery. I didn't get the cameras out. I guess I should have done, really. I've kind of got out of the habit a little bit. I must start filming more. But anyway, here I am. I'll try and rectify that this morning. So I'm in Bakewell. I've arrived in Bakewell in Derbyshire because there's something that I have never done and I've always meant to. And apparently it's 9 miles in full duration on the famous Monsal Trail, which does start here in Bakewell. And I intend to do a bit of filming, but I'm going to do the Monsal Trail this morning. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, join me for the ride. A bit cold. I'm knackered. I've just started. I've just come along the road, this road, away from the car park, and there's a really steep bank to come up to join what is signposted here as the end of the Monsal Trail. However, for me, it's the beginning. Let's go. I've just been riding up the trail and all of a sudden look at that lot behind me and I thought, oh my god, I cannot go thundering through and frighten off whatever they're photographing. They're all very excited. I've got Paul here, he's going to explain to us exactly what the fuss is about. Could you enlighten us?
Absolutely, yeah, they are wax wings.
Wax wings,
yeah.
And is it a bit of a rare sight here, or?
I don't know, to be honest. It's they're not a usual bird. No, they're not rare, but to see them in this profusion is fantastic, and it gets everybody excited like you can see.
Absolutely, there's a lot around then.
Yeah,
there's more
all
up there.
They're all over the place. It's brilliant.
Oh god, I don't want to go thundering past scaring everyone. I'll tiptoe past.
Never scare a twitcher.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard. Thank you, Paul, very much. So genuinely, with this amount of interest, I'm going to get off my bike and I don't want to scare them away. Clearly causing quite a stir. Waxwings. I'm going to look them up and I'll put up, obviously there's no chance I'll get it on the GoPro, but I'll look it up and post a picture of a waxwing. Anyway, on with the trail, got a long way to go.
Thank you. Hi.
Now this place is stunning and I might have to go off the path a while. Well, this is an impressive place. And I'm actually really hoping as well that there's a little coffee shop just there, so a well-deserved coffee, I think. Just got a bit of 360 footage as well, which I'm looking forward to seeing. It's nice to come out filming again. My bell on my bike has stopped working. I don't know why. It works sometimes, but you've got to get the right angle. And I'll tell you something, this is a walking, cycling trail. And my bell, I've had a few I am going to have to get another one, because it's occurred to me that if you don't have a bell and you don't make people aware, I always try and say, excuse me, and walkers really don't like it. You know, they give you such a filthy look. I mean, I'm pretty certain this is a cycleway as well, so I do my best to be very polite, as I always am, and just warn people in advance. There's nothing worse, as it's happened to me, you know, when you are walking along and a cyclist just suddenly bears down on you, makes you jump. It's quite scary. So I always try and give an advance warning, a little hello, sorry, excuse me, please. And God, the looks I've had. You know, blimey, what do you want me to do? Would you rather I just came up behind and went, excuse me? Sorry, little niggle there, but I'm trying to be polite. But you know, at the end of the day, I do need to get a nice subtle bell, just to get a little subtle, make people aware of my presence. But anyway, that's the only negative. Otherwise, it's been beautiful. Cold, but what a place. Look at this. That's a fair drop, that is. Let's go and get a brew. This looks like a prize spot. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sadly, I have come to the end of, well, I'll let the sign speak for itself. So I believe I've been told it's 9 miles. I don't use Strava or any of those apps anymore. I just kind of, where I stopped cycling for a bit, I just haven't got back into it, and it wants you to register and all sorts, so I just don't bother anymore. So yeah, I don't know exactly, but I've been told the from one end at Bakewell to here is 9 miles. So yeah, just completed it, and obviously I've got to go all the way back to the van now, back to Renee. But I'm not going to lie, when I first set off from Bakewell, I wasn't overly inspired. I think I've been spoilt really, because I've done the Tissington Trail and the High Peak Trail before. I kind of was going along and it wasn't quite as scenic, I didn't think. It was quite enclosed. But oh boy, I've been really pleasantly surprised. And yeah, to the point where now I'm going to highly recommend this Monsal Trail. It's really good. I mean, the scenery, I mean, I would suggest it's a different type of more rocky, dramatic scenery than, say, the Tissington Trail or the High Peak Trail. Tissington and High Peak Trails are more kind of like landscape, you know, long, far-reaching views, sweeping views of beautiful countryside. Whereas this one, as you can see, we're sort of a bit more enclosed. And yeah, I mean, Tissington and High Peak don't offer views like this. Lots of tunnels as well, which are fun. Quite long tunnels as well. I'm going to do a sort of a time lapse for the whole duration of the journey back. I'm restricted only by my battery on my 360 because I have used it quite a bit on the way up, and I'm not sure it's going to get the whole trail back, but I'm going to have a go anyway. So I'll leave with a few sort of sped up time lapse images of the trail heading back towards Bakewell. But yeah, it's been brilliant. I'm really glad I made myself come out this morning. I wasn't going to, I'm not going to lie. I really have lost my get up and go. I haven't been feeling too brilliant, like I said at the beginning of this, but I tell you what, oh sorry, but it's certainly cleaned, done my sinuses the world of good. A nice bit of, it is quite chilly, cold fresh air, and according to the weather it's going to get really cold again next week, so like much colder than now. So I do like a bit of cold weather. So but anyway, it's been a bracing, exhilarating, fulfilling what other words can I use, just excellent. There you go. Really enjoyed this this bike ride. Looking forward to the ride back now, and I might have another quick word for you when I get back to Renee. All right, see you in a bit. This is when I love Renee as well. Getting back from a ride and just being able to basically, I took my sweaty top off. It's just surprising how it's not hard work, but it's surprising how much, I mean, I sweat like a trooper anyway. I perspire loads. And so yeah, my top was pretty soaking, to be honest. And with the cold air as well, do remember that it's important to get out of any wet clothing. He says, trying to sound all knowledgeable. But like I said, it's so nice to come back to Renee and be able to get changed and make yourself a brew. That's really good. Now I need to just show you something here and say thank you as well to Anne, who is my crewmate, Debbie, or Deb, who sadly is off at the moment, long term, but hopefully she'll be back soon because I'm missing her loads. She's a really good crewmate. But her mum, Anne, made me this. Look at that little beauty. Christmas cake. A whole full of, I'll show you a still of the whole thing that Anne made me. And because, you know, I'm on my own, so have you had a chance to get the small violin out? But consequently, I'm still eating it, and it's with a cup of coffee, or after a long bike ride. I won't let you watch me eat, I'll turn it off. Thank you, Anne. Best Christmas cake ever. Just wash it down, hang on. Ugh. Anyway, that ride. Like I said, I think I did. I've already said, I spoke to you before. Highly recommend. It took me a while to get into it, but fabulous. However, there is a caveat to this. I like to try and use the word caveat whenever I can. MPs do it all the time. It took me a while to work out what it was, but anyway, so the caveat to saying that this is an excellent ride is avoid sunny Saturday mornings. Because I kid you not, coming back, I think I got here early enough. I think I was here by about 9:10 and I was on the trail by about 9:30, which, you know, to be honest, for me is actually quite late. If I'm going to do something in the day, I like to start really early, but it was a little bit of a drive from where I am to get here. But consequently, by the time I made it sort of up pretty much to the entirety of the length of the trail, I stopped and had a coffee up on the trail as well. Turned around and came back, just to give you a rough idea, because I have absolutely no idea what the time is. So the time is now, I've probably been back about 15-20 minutes. It's now 1 o'clock. So I was coming back on the trail at midday-ish, and by God, it was busy. And I've done a time lapse. I've got no idea how, at this point, how it's turned out. I haven't actually used the 360 on a time lapse before, so I'm looking forward to seeing the results, but I'm not going to big it up too much in case it hasn't worked. But I basically did film the trail in its entirety of the whole journey back. But coming back, the crowds of people, and unsurprisingly, we've had awful weather of late. So we've got a sunny weekend, Saturday morning, and it's chilly, but like I said earlier, it's going to get really cold next week. So I would imagine every man and his dog and his wife and his mum and whoever is going to want to come out and visit the Peak District today. And by God, it was coming back, it was so busy. It is a shared trail as far as I'm aware. You know, bikes are allowed on there. There are lots and lots of cyclists on there. But today it was all walkers, and they didn't like people coming past on bikes. But anyway, enough of that. Highly recommend it. Oh, and yeah, a quick mention to Lewis. As hopefully you would have already seen, because this is kind of like the closing piece, the excellent abseiling from that bridge. Wow, I timed that really well. That was a pleasure to watch. I couldn't actually do that, you know me and my heights, but I filmed this chap coming down, and I did shout up to him, does he mind me filming him? To which he said no. His name was Lewis, but he very kindly, I told him about my channel. And I said, you know, are you sure you don't mind? He gave me full permission to film him coming down there. So Lewis, if you are watching, thanks again. You did really well. You're a braver man than me. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me use the footage of you abseiling in that absolutely stunning part of the world. I mean, that little river as well, running underneath that aqueduct bridge. Yeah, just a joy, a real pleasure, and yeah, wonderful. So thanks again, Lewis. It was fun. Technically, I've just done 18 miles, which I'm quite pleased about. Start working off some of that Christmas cake, which I've just eaten as soon as I get back. How does that work? But yeah, I kind of feel I can enjoy that guilty pleasure now, having burnt off a few calories on the trail. But anyway, yeah, that's about it really. I do fully intend to get out a lot more as the weather improves. I'm not going to lie, it's going to, you know, hopefully more trips and I'll get more things filmed and uploaded as well. So I think I'll probably say at this point, thank you to you for watching this video. Adam here, Just Get Out There. Don't forget, especially it's the start of the new year 2024, if you've got planned things that you're going to do one day, stop planning them and just get on with it. Just get out there. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.